In the world of entrepreneurs, few possess the wild spirit of John McAfee. He was, in many ways, larger than life. Once a Bitcoin billionaire, notorious for never paying taxes, wanted in 3 different countries, and infamous for hacking Hillary Clinton's office. His life was a roller coaster filled with danger and drama, including a bizarre marriage to a prostitute who was initially sent to assassinate him. To top it off, he claimed to have survived over 50 assassination attempts. You may recognize his name, but the story behind it is an extraordinary saga that many don't know. John McAfee didn't merely create antivirus software. He built an empire and then watched it all burn. His journey began in 1945, born to a violent, alcoholic father. At just 15, John walked into his home to find his father's lifeless body, a gunshot wound to the head. While rumors swirled that John had pulled the trigger himself, the trauma left its mark. Despite this dark past, John was incredibly intelligent. In the 1960s, when teens were struggling with homework, NASA was hiring him to work on crucial projects for the Apollo space missions. His task was no small feat. He was coding the software that helped land astronauts on the moon. But McAfee was a complex man, juggling brilliance and a darker side. By the 1980s, he had established himself as a talented yet reckless coder, balancing heavy drinking with fervent ambition. John landed a job at Lockheed Martin, but it was there that he heard about a new threat looming on the horizon: a computer virus capable of devastating entire systems. Most people dismissed the danger, but John recognized a golden opportunity. In 1986, the first significant computer virus, Brain, began to spread. While others panicked, John locked himself in his apartment, reverse-engineered the virus, and created a solution: McAfee Antivirus. Surprisingly, he didn't sell it. Instead, he gave it away for free. John understood the way to capture the market. He knew that if people got a taste of his product, they would eventually pay to keep it. Before long, McAfee Antivirus was installed in 67% of the world's largest companies, accumulating millions for John. At 47, he became a multimillionaire and soon made it to Forbes' top 100 wealthiest list. His fortune peaked at an astounding $100 million, but corporate life didn't suit him. In 1994, he sold his stake in McAfee Software and chose to call it quits on corporate life, setting the stage for an adventure that felt more like an action movie. He bought stunning estates, acquired a fleet of luxury cars, and even flew to work in a helicopter. Yet that lifestyle was just the tip of the iceberg. John moved to Belize, where he built a heavily fortified compound outfitted with ex-military guards, a private surveillance network, and even a personal drug lab. Why did he go to such extremes? John was convinced that powerful people wanted him dead. His paranoia transformed into obsession as he claimed that the government was watching him. In a move that seemed straight out of a spy novel, he decided to monitor them right back. He constructed elaborate surveillance systems, hacked local police radios, and kept an eye not just on the locals but on governmental offices as well. His behavior soon sparked fear in the community, and as time passed, whispers of darkness began to surround him. People started dying around his estate, and rumors circulated that John was involved in drug experiments, weapons testing, and even human trafficking. It all came to a head when his neighbor was found dead, shot in the head. The Belizean police started an investigation, but just as they were closing in, John vanished, taking his girlfriend, the same prostitute initially sent to kill him. What happened next was surprising. Instead of betrayal, she fell in love with him. To the outside world, he was a fugitive, but behind the curtain, John was still working his magic through hacking. He sent free laptops to government officials, each loaded with spyware designed to monitor their communications. And one of his bolder moves was hacking the office of Hillary Clinton. John claimed he had dirt on numerous high-ranking officials. As he eluded capture, he became adept at controlling the narrative around his life. In 2012, the authorities caught up with him in Guatemala. But in a dramatic twist, he faked a heart attack to buy time, only to make a daring escape. When media representatives questioned why he kept running, he replied chillingly, "If they catch me, they'll kill me." While most would have wilted under such pressure, John thrived. The exploding Bitcoin market presented him with new opportunities, and he embraced these with open arms, promoting various cryptocurrency projects. John owned up to a substantial fortune in Bitcoin, declaring boldly, "I haven't paid taxes in 10 years because I blackmailed the US government." In 2016, McAfee did something unexpected. He announced his candidacy for President of the United States, running on a platform that championed privacy. With slogans like "Privacy is freedom," his campaign focused on ending government surveillance, legalizing drugs, and advocating for freedom at all costs. As 2019 rolled around, McAfee's life took another dramatic turn. The United States government indicted him for tax evasion, issuing warrants for his arrest. Rather than retreat, he fled on a yacht in the Caribbean, armed with machine guns and surrounded by guards and women. In his mind, he was untouchable, even though he was wanted in 3 countries. In October 2020, John's luck finally ran out when Spanish police arrested him. Facing 30 years in prison, he chose not to cooperate with the authorities. Then, on June 23, 2021, tragedy struck. John McAfee was found dead in his prison cell, ruled as an apparent suicide. But the intrigue didn't stop there. John had predicted such an end, having tweeted hauntingly years prior, "Know that if I hang myself, it will be no fault of mine." He even had a tattoo that read "Dollarwhacked," claiming he had enough dirt to back up his statements. Many conspiracy theorists began to question whether John had truly died or had faked his death to escape. Just after his passing, his Instagram account posted a cryptic image of a black Q. Was it a nod to QAnon? Was John McAfee still alive, pulling the strings in the shadows? To this day, the full truth surrounding John McAfee remains elusive. His life serves as a masterclass in how to capture public attention and masterfully manipulate narratives. Throughout his journey, he hacked systems, controlled the media, and managed to remain unforgettable. John McAfee wasn't just a tech genius. He was a man who lived at the edge, and his saga left an indelible mark on the world. As we look back on his remarkable story, we're left with questions that may never be answered. The legacy of John McAfee is not only about technology, but also about the essence of survival, defiance, and enigmatic charm. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the life and times of John McAfee. If you found this journey as captivating as we did, be sure to subscribe for more gripping stories that reveal the stories behind the headlines. Stay tuned for our next adventure, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.